Hello everyone. So in this lesson, we are going to learn the most important formulas while you are trying to do search operations in your Excel, right? So here we are looking at a data set which has employee ID, name, department, and salary. And what we are being asked is find the salary of Bob Lee based on his employee ID. Okay. So which means if let's say you have employee ID, okay, you have to find the salary. Okay, so this is what is being asked here. Okay, so what we'll do is let's try doing this. I'm just going to make it in this format. Okay, to make it easy for us to understand. Okay, so this is what we're trying to find here. Great. Now what is the employee ID? So this is given. What is given is employee ID. The employee ID of Bob Lee is 103. Let's say 103 is the employee ID. We need to find salary, right? So from here we know that the salary is 55,000, or okay, so or uh, yeah, it is 55,000. Now how do we find that? Okay, now first thing for VLookup is you will search VLookup, right? And VLookup actually stands for vertical lookup, right? So here your data is laid out in a vertical format, right? So there is for every match of an index you have data which is on a different column, right? So first we will look at this particular problem statement, and we'll also have three more examples to make the concept clear, right? So first that is being asked in the formula is lookup value, right? If you look at lookup value, or the first uh, parameter that we need to fill in is always something that you know, right? So 103 is something that you know. Okay, so I'm going to select that. Okay, G4. Now what is needed? Table array. So you select the whole data set where from where you have your data starting, especially the index and the whole data, right? The complete array, right? And then something called column index number. Now basically what is needed? We have employee ID and we need salary. So from where the column the data starts is your column index number 1. For example, if you want a department, it is 1, 2, 3. You would have entered index as 3. Okay, but we are looking for salary, which is on the fourth column from where we are starting our data. It's not from the beginning. Okay, from wherever your data is starting, that is the first column, second, third, and fourth, right? So because we need 4, I'm just going to enter 4 here. And what is being asked here is approximate match or exact match, right? So what first we look at exact match, okay, and then I'll tell you what exact match means. For example, if you have uh, the search key, whatever you are searching for, if it is exactly available in the data set, then you are going to choose exact match, right? We'll also look at approximate match as an example so that becomes clear. So we know that this employee ID will be an exact match from the data set. Okay, so I'm just going to click on exact match. Okay, and I'm going to close it. Right? So now you will see that for the employee ID 103, the salary is 55,000. Okay, let's see what would it be for 101. It would be 50,000. For 104, it would be 65,000, right? So this is what happens when you use a VLookup function. You don't actually have to manually enter uh, something by searching manually, right? So this can be done using a formula, and that formula is VLookup. Okay, so let's try to understand this third value or the parameter, which is column index number. Let's say if I would have entered 3, okay, what would have come? You would see the third column data would have come. Okay, so for 104 it is finance, for 103 it is sales, right? So this is how you actually write a formula. But for salary, because the question asks the salary, this is how you actually lay out your formula. Let's look at another example, right? So the second question is easily answerable, which is find the department of the employee ID 102, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make the employee ID as it, and here I'm going to say department. Okay, and the employee ID known value is 102. Okay, so now the formula would be simple. As we have already explained, VLookup, select this. The lookup value is 102. The table array is as usual full data, and now as we have discussed, the column would be 3, and the match type is exact match, right? So now 102 is IT department, right? So let us look at another example for approximate match. So in this example, we'll look at this data, which is sales amount in bonus percentage. And the question is, find the bonus percentage of sales amount of 1,20,000 or 120,000. Now, if you look at this data, which is 0 till 50,000 or 49,999, you'll get no bonus. But anything between 50,000 and 100,000 or 1 lakh, you'll get 5%, right? Now, how do you actually do this, right? Because the number that is being asked is not an exact match, right? It is not available in the data set given. So that is where we use approximate match, right? So let's try using the same format here. And here I'm just going to say sales amount. The amount is 120,000 and bonus percentage, right? So let's say bonus percentage. Okay, now we need to find this. So what we will be doing this here is we'll do a VLookup again, and the lookup value is value that you know. The table array is from where the data starts till the end of it, right? So it is better if you leave the heading out of the selection, so it becomes easy for mapping the rows and columns, right? The column index number is the second one, so we need the bonus percentage. We have the sales amount, right? So I'm going to select 2, and now we are going to select the approximate match. So what approximate match does is it'll give us the closest lowest value, right? So let me explain this. So if I'm going to select this, now you will see here the percentage that is being given here is 0.1, which is now in percentage. If I select this percentage, it'll be 10%. Okay, so if you click this, it'll be 10%. Now if you see this, 1,20,000 comes between this bracket, right? 1 lakh to 2 lakhs, between this, and anything between this would attract a bonus of 10%, right? So what this formula does is when we select approximate match, it will select the closest lowest value. So now 1,20,000, the closest, it can also give 15%, but it did not give that, right? Because it will select what is the lowest number, which is now 1,20,000. The lowest one is 1 lakh, and it will select what is corresponding to that. And this is how you can use the approximate match in your VLookup formula to get something when you have a range, right? So let's say here the range is 0 to 49,999, and that is how the data is, right? So 2 lakhs till uh, 4 lakhs 99,999. So you have something. And this is how this will work, right? So this is about approximate match, right? So let us look at another example to make the concept even more clearer. Now, if you look at this data, which has marks and grade, now find the grade of score of 68. Now we know that 68 is not exactly available in the marks. So what we are going to do is use the same type of formula, but here what we are looking for, the score is being given and grade has to be found, right? So now what I'm going to do is remove everything. The score is 68. Okay, now what is the grade? We're going to say v lookup, and the lookup value is what we know already. The table array is from beginning till the end. Column index number is the second column, and then the range lookup, the type. This is going to be an approximate match because 68 is not exactly present, right? Now if I'm going to select this, you will see that 68, the closest lowest value here is 60, so it will give you the grade C, right? And let's say if the score is 55, it will give the grade D, right? Let's say if it is A5, it will give the grade A. Okay, same with the other values also. Let's say now the sales have gone to 3,20,000. The bonus percentage is 15%, right? So this is how you use exact match and approximate match. Thank you.